Alright, so I wanted to make this quick video to show you guys how we use this MarvinJS structure drawing tool within our Mastering Chemistry homework. I had heard some students were having some problems with this, so I just wanted to make a quick video to show you how it's done. So first of all, read the question carefully. So for this particular question, it's asking us to draw the products, the structural formula for the products of each of the following reactions. So the best way that you're going to want to solve these problems is to first do them on pencil and paper, right? So that you know what molecules you're going to be entering before you get started. So in this case, this is a reaction of a carboxylic acid and a base. So I should have that carboxylate salt and water that's formed. And I would know that by watching the lecture videos of the reactions of carboxylic acids. Okay, so the carboxylate is, and actually sort of like incorporating charges is maybe one of the harder things. So first of all, this is the tool that I almost always go to first, which is the drawing bonds tool. So you click and it'll put a bond in there. You can see that I'm sort of hovering over this. If I click, it'll put another bond in. Sometimes students do the like click and drag thing, and that will also create another bond, but it'll put it at weird angles. The system really isn't concerned about bond angles, but it does make it look more confusing and less like what we're used to. So I like to just do the straight click and have it put it in. All right, and then for whatever reason, it kind of defaults to going in a weird direction. So let's say that I was trying to make pentane and I wanted it to be in that long chain. What I would actually do is sort of just go in there and do this and then use the eraser tool to get rid of the carbons that I didn't want. Okay, so that's my nice straight chain pentane that I'm used to. So sometimes putting in an extra bond and then just deleting is the easiest way. And then of course we can undo here if we want to get rid of all that stuff. Okay, so let me drag and get rid of everything. So again, I need this 2-carbon carboxylic acid. What I'm actually going to do is draw everything as carbons first, and then I'm going to go in and replace the carbon with oxygen, right? So this is how we would select a different element. Make sure that you're replacing the carbon. If you click off screen, it will just make it its own compound, which would be water, which actually I'm going to need, so I guess I'll leave that there because that is an additional product. Now you'll notice that it automatically completes every atom's octet, right? So this gives me a carboxylic acid, not a carboxylate. What I would have to do is go in there and then put a charge on these different compounds. So for the carboxylate, I want that oxygen to have a negative charge. So that's how effectively I get rid of that hydrogen on there. Likewise, if I put a positive charge, it would again sort of complete the octet, but with a positive charge, which in this case would mean that there would be an extra hydrogen on that oxygen. We don't want that though. I just wanted to point out how that would work, right? So again, could sort of add charges and that will fill in the correct number of hydrogens. So for this oxygen, when it has a negative charge, there are no hydrogens there. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to need to do is, it's kind of, I got my carboxylate, I got my water, but I still need to pay attention. Where's this sodium? So for that, we're going to go now to the periodic table. This is how you select everything. This menu here is kind of like a hot bar of all the more popular ones. But I'm going to go in and select sodium. When I put it down, again, I need to make it an ion, right? Because this is just sodium, a sodium atom, the sodium metal. If I want to make it a sodium ion, I got to go and add a positive charge. All right, whoops, that's zooming in. So anyways, that's how I would go about using this MarvinJS tool to answer these structural questions.